So Joyce Meyer felt called by God to disobey his word? Or was she actually called by a demon?
Joyce Meyer is now recognized as one of the most powerful and wealthy female preachers in the United States. Her name has gone far beyond the borders of America, rising to global prominence as a symbol in the mission of spreading the gospel. From major cities across the U.S. to remote corners of Africa, her influence has played a key role in building a vast Christian empire. However, in recent times, a series of government investigations has raised numerous questions. What exactly is going on with Joyce Meyer? Has she been using her personal wealth for questionable purposes? Why does someone who preaches about poverty own one of the most advanced private jets for travel? Watch this video to uncover the journey that took Joyce Meyer from the height of success to the edge of a dramatic downfall. 1. Inspirational ministry journey of Joyce Meyer. Joyce Meyer is a familiar figure in the global Christian community, not only standing out as an evangelist, but also as an influential author with a life journey filled with various emotional experiences and pivotal turning points. Born in 1943 in St. Louis, Missouri, Joyce's childhood was far from smooth. She had to endure numerous challenges, including a painful childhood and emotional scars that were difficult to heal. Nevertheless, it was precisely these hardships and adversities that forged a strong woman, laying a solid foundation for her later inspiring evangelistic career. Perhaps the most significant turning point in Joyce Meyer's life occurred in 1976, when she underwent a profound spiritual experience, clearly feeling the call from God resonating within her heart during prayer. This unique experience opened the path for her passionate evangelism, as she realized her sacred mission was to share God's word, bringing light and hope to people around the world. After receiving the divine call, Joyce Meyer joined the Lutheran Church and began her journey of teaching the Bible to a small group of truth seekers in St. Louis. Despite starting modestly with just a few students, Joyce Meyer quickly recognized her special ability and noble mission in conveying God's message to a broader community. With strong determination and a heart full of enthusiasm, she continuously strived to expand her influence. By 1985, Joyce Meyer officially established the organization Life in the Word, initially a small radio program. However, this program became an important starting point, a powerful media channel that helped her spread her profound and inspiring sermons to millions of listeners across the country. The year 1993 marked another significant milestone in Joyce Meyer's evangelistic career when her television program, Enjoying Everyday Life, officially premiered. The program quickly won the audience's affection and became one of the most beloved Christian programs globally. With millions of loyal followers, Enjoying Everyday Life elevated Joyce Meyer's name to one of the most renowned Christian speakers worldwide. Through a simple, approachable, and accessible teaching style, she has helped countless people find inner peace and valuable guidance for their lives. The program not only shares profound spiritual lessons, but also provides sincere encouragement and strong motivation for those facing difficulties and challenges in life. Joyce Meyer's passionate evangelistic journey did not stop at television programs. She is also an incredibly prolific author, having written over 100 books, many of which have become top bestsellers. Notably, Battlefield of the Mind. This book, considered one of her finest works, has helped millions of readers better understand the power and importance of controlling thoughts and mental flow in a Christian's life. Through her powerful writings, Joyce Meyer has created a profound impact not only within the Christian community, but also reaching those seeking guidance and meaning in life. She was also honored by Time magazine as one of the 25 most influential evangelists in America, a well-deserved recognition for her significant contributions to evangelism. The annual women's conference she organizes in St. Louis has become a major event, attracting thousands of women each year and gaining increasing fame, creating a strong and connected community around her wise teachings. Moreover, with a compassionate heart and a desire to help those in need, Joyce Meyer founded the organization Hand of Hope, a missionary branch specializing in providing food, medical care, and implementing community outreach programs worldwide, demonstrating her deep concern and boundless love for the less fortunate. In 1985, a pivotal decision was made when Joyce Meyer resigned as associate pastor at the church and officially established the organization Life in the Word Ministries, the predecessor of today's Joyce Meyer Ministries. She also continuously expanded the broadcast range of her radio program, reaching more stations in major cities like Chicago and Kansas City, continuing to spread her gracious teachings to an ever-growing audience. By 1993, with foresight, her husband proposed the idea of starting a television program named Life in the Word, an important step that helped her reach millions of viewers worldwide. Her program, familiarly known as Enjoying Everyday Life, continues to be broadcast to this day, demonstrating the enduring appeal and profound influence she has built over the years. Today, Joyce Meyer Ministries has risen to become one of the largest and most influential Christian organizations globally, with a network operating in over 100 countries. She regularly organizes large-scale evangelistic conferences attracting tens of thousands of attendees each year, where she shares powerful messages about hope, peace, and faith. These conferences are not only places for believers to seek a deep connection with God, but also places for them to find healing for emotional wounds and renewal for their souls. With a passionate heart and endless enthusiasm, Joyce Meyer has been and continues to fulfill her noble mission, bringing positive change to the lives of millions of people worldwide, becoming a guiding light for those seeking meaning and purpose in life. However, every success story has its dark side, and Joyce Meyer's church has not been without controversies throughout its years of operation. 2 controversies surrounding Joyce Meyer's lifestyle and teaching style. For decades, Joyce Meyer has built a global missionary network that has profoundly impacted the lives of countless people. Her sermons, especially, her willingness to openly speak about her past experiences of abuse and her strong belief in God's healing power, have deeply touched many listeners, offering hope and comfort to those who are hurting. However, recent signs suggest there may be underlying pressures within her organization, raising concerns about existing challenges, possibly stemming from its growing scale or perhaps from more personal factors. One of the most prominent issues is Joyce Meyer's controversial preaching style. This approach has been seen as a source of significant division within the faith community and among observers. She delivers her messages with high energy and intensity, a style that some critics describe as yelling at the audience. This presentation sharply contrasts with the gentle and contemplative tone typically associated with traditional preachers, leading to a wide range of responses from both audiences and critics. Some viewers are drawn to her sincerity and directness, believing these qualities make her sermons more engaging and easier to relate to. On the other hand, many find this style off-putting, arguing that it lacks the reverence and grace expected in a religious setting. Some critics claim that her powerful and at times harsh voice can be uncomfortable for listeners and not well suited for the solemn atmosphere of spiritual gatherings. In addition, the content of her sermons has also faced theological criticism. Many religious scholars argue that she spends too much time offering motivational advice focused on practical everyday issues rather than delving into the deeper meanings of biblical doctrine or Christian traditions. According to this group of critics, Joyce Meyer's sermons resemble inspirational talks more than serious religious preaching. They believe she uses the Bible as a tool to illustrate principles of self-reliance, rather than to interpret and analyze Scripture in a systematic and profound way. Her frequent emphasis on messages like rising above adversity and using willpower to change one's destiny is seen as contradicting the Gospel's central themes, which focus on salvation and grace from God. In response to the mixed reactions surrounding her preaching style, Joyce Meyer has publicly defended the path she has chosen. She explained that she intentionally uses simple everyday language and a firm tone to connect more effectively with ordinary people, those who might find academic sermons too difficult to understand. She emphasized that her primary goal is not to impress theologians, but to help people who are struggling with pain and hardship in their lives. Another noteworthy issue involves financial concerns within her ministry. One notable sign is the clear decline in the number of her live events and public appearances, prompting many to question the future of her ministry. Throughout Joyce Meyer's history, conferences and live sermons have long served as the foundation of her mission, consistently drawing large crowds eager to hear her message in person. However, a recent and noticeable trend has been the replacement of many live events with pre-recorded programs. This shift could be a result of internal challenges the ministry is facing, from maintaining resources to logistical difficulties that often come with running a large organization. Another indication of internal strain is the fact that Joyce Meyer's television program is no longer aired on KNLC, a Christian broadcast station in St. Louis operated by Pastor Larry Rice of the New Life Evangelistic Center. Pastor Rice decided to stop airing Meyer's show, citing her lavish lifestyle as the reason. He claimed that some of the content she presented occasionally went beyond what is permitted by the Bible, leading to his decision to remove the program. This development sparked heated debate within the Christian community and attracted significant public attention. So what exactly does Joyce Meyer's extravagant lifestyle entail? And what aspects of it have triggered such a strong reaction from the public? 3. Is her lavish and wealthy lifestyle transparent? In 2003, a report shocked the public by revealing the salary Joyce Meyer received from her nonprofit organization. According to the report, she was paid a staggering $900,000 annually, while her husband Dave Meyer also received a substantial salary of $450,000. These figures immediately became the center of heated debates. As in the world of nonprofit organizations, paying such exorbitant salaries to leaders is often seen as inappropriate and contrary to the spirit of community service. The question arises, why would an organization built on the foundation of service and compassion pay such a large sum to its leader? Does this salary truly reflect the value of Joyce Meyer's contributions? Or does it indicate a different priority focusing on personal gain rather than the noble goals of the organization? Furthermore, the massive income from book sales and organizing conferences also brings Joyce Meyer millions of dollars each year. This raises further questions about her true motivations. Is she genuinely devoted to the mission of evangelism and helping those in need? Or is her primary goal to build a personal financial empire under the guise of a religious organization? Her increasing personal wealth, in contrast to her preaching about humility and altruism, creates a stark contradiction in the eyes of many. In response to the wave of strong public criticism, Joyce Meyer explained that her salary had been transparently approved by the organization's board of directors and fully reflected the significant value of her contributions to the development of the ministry. She emphasized that she had worked tirelessly to build and maintain a globally influential organization, and her salary was a deserved reward for those efforts. However, these explanations still seemed insufficient to quell public dissatisfaction. To demonstrate attentiveness and goodwill in 2004, Joyce Meyer decided to significantly reduce her annual salary to $250,000. Nevertheless, the matter did not end there. Joyce Meyer also owns a private jet. Her ministry became embroiled in controversies related to the use of private jets and the scaling back of international activities. She was frequently accused of using her private jet for personal purposes, sparking much debate over extravagant spending. Previously, the global reach of the ministry was significantly supported by extensive travel, allowing Joyce Meyer to connect directly with audiences worldwide. However, the scale of these efforts has diminished, leading many to wonder whether financial pressures were the cause of this change. The ministry's focus on social media, with pre-recorded messages and inspirational quotes, indicates an effort to maintain outreach while adapting to current limitations. Although these changes ensure a continuous online presence, they may lack the direct dynamic interaction and personal connection that live events provide. Many observers have also noted a marked change in Joyce Meyer's vitality during preaching events and shorter breaks between engagements, signs that may point to the natural effects of aging health issues or accumulated pressures after decades of ministry work. If you're wondering what happened to Joyce Meyer, the answer involves not only changes in the ministry's operational methods, The organization itself has faced significant financial and operational challenges in recent years, particularly due to increased public scrutiny and rising operational costs. The ministry was previously criticized during a Senate investigation from 2007 to 2011, led by Senator Chuck Grassley. This investigation focused on the misuse of donations, partly triggered by reports of extravagant expenses, including a $43,000 table and a $10 million Gulfstream jet. Many voiced accusations of her lavish lifestyle, especially when her ministry was purportedly serving the community. Even before the Senate investigation, the ministry faced numerous challenges and questions, particularly regarding Joyce Meyer's personal wealth and lifestyle. A 2003 report revealed that the organization had funded luxury items, such as a $2 million home for Joyce Meyer and other homes for her 4 children. She also purchased a silver-gray Mercedes convertible worth $17,000 for her husband, and the ministry's headquarters, valued at $2 million, included lavish furnishings and artwork worth up to $5 or $7 million. This information led to calls from watchdog organizations for the U.S. Internal Revenue Service to investigate. Additionally, there were issues related to financial conflicts of interest. Joyce Meyer was often accused of spending tens of thousands of dollars on furniture, and the ministry had spent at least $4 million on housing for Joyce and her 4 children, covering all utility landscaping and renovation costs. Many critics alleged that her family financially benefited from their roles in the ministry, even while holding leadership positions. This raised doubts about whether all family members were truly qualified for the senior positions they held, and whether they were the primary beneficiaries of the ministry. Furthermore, there was a lack of transparency in the ministry's internal operations, as it was run by the Meyer family. The influence and roles of Joyce Meyer's family members caused a stir when she admitted that her beliefs about faith and prosperity had become unbalanced. In response to the criticisms, Joyce Meyer Ministries implemented adjustments to improve financial transparency. The organization also actively defended its financial activities, and Joyce Meyer herself defended her spending habits, stating that, "We don't need to apologize for being blessed when managing a large ministry with nearly 1,000 employees across 38 countries. Managing such a large-scale international ministry with global community outreach efforts requires significant financial resources, and the ongoing criticisms of the ministry's financial activities have added considerable pressure. The reduction in the frequency of private jet usage by the ministry in recent years could be seen as a step towards cost control, while also responding to negative public reactions. The costs associated with maintaining global operations have continued to rise, combined with fluctuations in donation levels, which have placed additional financial pressure on the organization. However, Joyce Meyer remains steadfast in defending the ministry's financial activities, emphasizing the blessing of prosperity and the importance of living a debt-free life. Her perspective has sparked a major debate within the Christian community regarding wealth and the management of finances in religious organizations. She also argued that missionaries are often held to a different standard compared to those who succeed in other professions when faced with criticism related to their financial success. Nevertheless, Joyce Meyer has expressed humility in the face of such criticisms, acknowledging that her previous sermons, which focused too heavily on personal prosperity, needed to be adjusted. This acknowledgement reflects her effort to recalibrate the financial activities of the ministry to align more closely with its spiritual mission, while also demonstrating her commitment to transparency and sustainable development. 4. Heartbreaking incident and declining health. In addition to financial difficulties and internal operations, Joyce Meyer Ministries faced a serious lawsuit related to a tragic death in 2011. The incident stemmed from 2009, when Christopher Coleman, the ministry's security director, was arrested on suspicion of murder after police discovered the bodies of his wife, Cher Coleman, and their 2 sons in their home. All 3 victims had died from strangulation, leading to a major scandal that severely criticized the ministry. By 2011, after a lengthy trial, Christopher Coleman was convicted on 3 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to 3 life terms in prison. Prosecutors argued that these murders were part of Coleman's plan to rid himself of his wife and begin a new relationship with another woman he was having an affair with. He feared that if the affair was discovered, he would lose his job at Joyce Meyer Ministries. So how did this case impact Joyce Meyer Ministries? The family of Cher Coleman sued the ministry, alleging that the deaths of the three individuals were the result of negligence in the management of Joyce Meyer as a counselor. According to the lawsuit, Christopher Coleman had sent several anonymous threatening letters to his family in an attempt to divert the investigation and avoid suspicion in the murder case. The plaintiffs also claimed that Joyce Meyer should have suspected these letters and warned Coleman's wife about potential dangers. However, the lawsuit was dismissed by Judge Richard Aguirre in 2013. The murder case and revelations about Coleman's private life caused a great shock to the ministry. The staff was taken aback to learn that someone in such an important leadership role could carry out such brutal actions. This loss of trust led to a deep introspection within the ministry, prompting a thorough review of its employee recruitment and oversight processes. In response to this tragic event, Joyce Meyer Ministries implemented stricter employee screening procedures, including more detailed background checks, psychological evaluations, and personality assessments, ensuring that employees aligned with the core values of the ministry. The organization also focused on building a culture of transparency and accountability to restore trust and protect the ministry from potential future gaps. The tragedy involving Christopher Coleman led to a significant shift in the ministry's operating culture. In addition to enhancing recruitment procedures, the ministry placed emphasis on creating a friendly work environment where employees felt comfortable sharing concerns or reporting potential issues. This included improving training programs for management and establishing clearer communication channels to effectively address sensitive matters. The tragedy also highlighted the importance of maintaining clear boundaries between personal life and job responsibilities. The leadership became aware that separating these two aspects was essential for protecting the integrity of the ministry and ensuring the safety of all employees. Joyce Meyer has been open about the ups and downs in her family life, particularly the painful experiences related to past abuse. She graduated from O'Fallon Technical High School and married a part-time car salesman shortly after graduation. This marriage lasted 5 years, and she revealed that her husband often cheated on her and even convinced her to steal her paycheck. The money was used by her husband for a vacation in California, but she later claimed to have paid back the full amount over the years. Eventually, this marriage ended in divorce, and Joyce began frequenting local bars before meeting Dave Meyer, a design engineer. They married on January 7, 1967, and had 4 children: David Meyer, Daniel Meyer, Laura Marie, and Sandra Ellen. A notable aspect of the story of Joyce Meyer Ministries is the active involvement of all 4 of her children in the ministry's work. While this brought a sense of connection and a shared vision, it also posed several challenges. The vice president of Joyce Meyer Ministries is her husband, Dave Meyer, who has dedicated nearly 30 years to the ministry. Daniel Meyer, her youngest son, currently serves as the chief executive officer of the ministry's operations in the United States. David Meyer, another son, is the CEO of Hand of Hope, the ministry's charitable branch. Her other children also hold important roles, contributing to the growth and vision of the organization. However, having family members hold key positions within the ministry has caused some difficulties, as decisions made could be influenced by family dynamics, making it challenging to distinguish between the ministry's duties and the family's interests. Decisions related to responsibilities, promotions, or changes in the ministry's strategy often seem to involve family members. As Joyce Meyer gradually transitioned out of her public-facing and leadership roles, her son Daniel Meyer took on a more prominent role. This was a significant turning point for the ministry, requiring adjustments in leadership and changes within the family structure. Daniel's increased responsibilities highlighted the complexities involved in the transfer of power within a family-run organization, necessitating a balance between performing the role of a new leader and maintaining family harmony. The pressure to uphold the ministry's legacy while implementing new ideas added another layer of complexity to his role. This transition process challenged the Meyer family's ability to adapt while ensuring alignment with the ministry's mission and core values. While relying on family members helped create a unified vision and fostered deep trust, it also led to some challenges and vulnerabilities. The dual nature of combining family roles with professional duties impacted issues such as conflicts of interest, decision-making, problem-solving, and daily interactions. Many have criticized her ministry as a family-run business, where family members were given preferential treatment or promotions based on their familial ties rather than their actual capabilities. This has sparked considerable controversy over the decisions to appoint family members to executive positions within the ministry. Joyce Meyer has faced considerable criticism from the public for her past teachings when she was accused of disregarding the poor and blaming them for a lack of faith. However, a significant change occurred after many years when she posted a video on Instagram in which she completely revised her previous views. In the video she shared, "I'm very excited about what I've learned about prosperity, but I realize it lost its balance." She went on to explain that she used to believe that every personal issue a person faced was due to a lack of faith. If you're sick, it's because you lack faith. If your child dies, it's because you lack faith. She admitted that this belief was entirely wrong and had no basis in Scripture, which does not promise that we will never face hardship. Joyce Meyer surprised many by openly admitting her mistakes to the public and sharing her changed perspective. She emphasized, "No matter how much faith you have, you will still face difficulties." Jesus said, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world." Finally, she corrected her past teachings and even apologized for the negative impact the prosperity gospel had caused. In recent years, Joyce Meyer has also had to confront some serious health issues, which greatly concerned her followers. In the challenging journey of her life, 2017 was a particularly testing year when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. This news shocked not only Joyce Meyer, but also those who had been following and supporting her over the years, raising questions about the health of a woman who had devoted her life to inspiring millions. Facing this illness, she experienced the same anxieties and insecurities as anyone would when hearing about such a dangerous disease. However, with her resilience and strong faith in God, Joyce Meyer did not allow fear to take over. She quickly sought quality medical care and underwent a successful surgery. It was the timely intervention of modern medicine that helped her overcome the initial difficult phase, opening up new hope in her battle against the disease. Remarkably, instead of keeping this personal story private, Joyce Meyer decided to publicly share her journey with the public. This decision not only reflected her sincerity and transparency, but also stemmed from her strong desire to inspire those who were facing similar challenges. She believes that through her story, she can convey a powerful message about faith and resilience, reminding everyone that even in difficult circumstances, we can find the strength to overcome. Recently, Joyce Meyer announced on social media that she had fully recovered after a long period of using a wheelchair. In a video post, she explained that she had fallen, resulting in a broken ankle and needing back surgery. Afterward, she developed blood clots, causing issues with her other leg, which forced her to use a wheelchair for the past month. However, she happily shared that her doctors had allowed her to leave the wheelchair and only needed to wear walking shoes for the next 3 weeks, and she was now able to bear her full body weight. She also revealed that she would soon be able to walk normally. Additionally, she underwent several other surgeries and faced complications as well as endured mental challenges, particularly in balancing public expectations with her personal life. This was surprising, as she had taught many people how to cope with depression, anxiety, and negative emotions. Many of her sermons focused on healing emotional wounds and finding God's love. In recent years, Joyce Meyer's health has become a topic of much discussion, particularly after an appearance in 2022, when viewers noticed her having noticeable tremors. This sparked numerous debates online about her health. Although Joyce Meyer has not publicly explained these concerns, they have raised questions about whether she can continue meeting the strict demands of leading a large ministry. The rise of social media has amplified these observations as videos and comments quickly spread. generating both interest and criticism. Joyce Meyer has often faced media scrutiny, especially with her frequent appearances on social media platforms. Every statement, sermon, or public appearance of hers attracts public feedback, and she has been criticized for her teachings many times. However, this has also helped her expand her influence, reaching millions of people and spreading her message worldwide. Meyer's sermons, particularly her views on prosperity, theology, have long been a subject of controversy. Many people find hope and motivation in her message that faith can bring financial blessings and personal success. However, another group criticizes this view, arguing that it is overly simplistic and materialistic. Critics claim that the prosperity gospel can exploit vulnerable individuals, encouraging them to contribute to the ministry in the hope of receiving financial rewards, which contradicts the true spirit of the gospel. Despite facing numerous challenges and controversies, Joyce Meyer remains a significant figure in the Christian community. So what do you think about the future of Joyce Meyer Ministries? How will financial difficulties, public scrutiny, and changes in evangelistic methods impact the path ahead for this organization? Please share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like the video, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel for the latest updates. Thank you for following, and we hope to see you in the next stories.